so excited to be able to talk about the topic that we are going to cover today. We recently stayed in the Grand Floridian for the first time. If you have not watched that video, please go take a look at that. We did a tour and one of our room tours, so those are both up on the channel, and I will link those below, hopefully, if I remember. I'm really bad about remembering. So anyway, we have now stayed at all 4 of the Magic Kingdom resorts: the Wilderness Lodge, Contemporary, Polynesian Resort, and the Grand Floridian Resort. So what I wanted to do is kind of go through each of those and rank them and let you know which ones are my favorites, which ones I would probably skip, and what I think is potentially the best time of the year to visit each one. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I can already tell you right now that this is going to be a controversial opinion. Of the 4, my least favorite is the Polynesian. I know. I can already hear people coming at me in the comments. Listen, all of the deluxe resorts are fantastic, but if I have to rank the 4 against each other, this is the one I'm going to put at the bottom. For one, I don't like where it's located on the monorail loop. If you're at your resort, you are 2 stops away from Magic Kingdom, and you are 1-2 stops to come back. So you're like right smack dab in the middle. And so if you're headed to Magic Kingdom in the morning, it just takes too long. If you're ready to head home in the evening for Magic Kingdom, same story. It's just going to take too long. I will say that I like that there's a walking path from the Polynesian to the Ticket and Transportation Center. So if you want to hit the monorail to head to Epcot, that is super convenient. More so than, say, hopping on the monorail at the Contemporary, getting off at the Ticket and Transportation Center, and then transferring to the Epcot monorail. So much more. I will say that I really, really like that. But I like the theming. I like the food options. I don't love how spread out the buildings are and away from the main building. If it's raining, whatever's going on kind of outside, if it's super hot, it can be a bit of a trek to get over there. Parking is a pain in the butt if you drive, and we almost always drive, so finding a good parking spot is really hard. Just not my favorite. I do want to say positive things. We love Ohana. I love the Tambu Lounge. Captain Cook's is a great quick service option. I love that you can get Dole Whip right there at the Pineapple and I. The pool is beautiful and fantastic. I love the 0 entry pool and the view of the fireworks from the beach. Lots of great things about this resort. Just in general, if I'm picking one of those 4, not my favorite. All right, so next up from the bottom is going to be the Grand Floridian. We really loved our stay here. Really, really loved it. I love that they have now made a walking path between the Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. That is super convenient. When you are headed from your resort to Magic Kingdom on the monorail loop, it's the first stop. You don't have to go to any of the other resorts. And then in the evening, you can walk back, even though you're probably going to be tired, because if you take the monorail, you then have to go through all the other stops before you get back to the Grand Floridian. But that does mean that the monorail can be kind of crowded when you're hopping on in the morning, because it's gone to all the other resorts first. So it can be hard to find a cabin that has any available space, especially if you're traveling with a large stroller or something like that. It can be super crowded. And like I said, I like the fact that you can walk back in the evenings from Magic Kingdom on that walkway, which is really, really nice. By the way, it's very peaceful compared to the one from the Contemporary. But it's just, at night, that's when you're most tired and your feet have done the most walking already. So it's just a little bit less than ideal in that capacity. If fine dining is your thing, it has some fantastic options. Obviously, I've never been to Victoria and Albert's or Citricos or Narcoossee's, but we have done 1900 Park Fair, which is currently closed still, but when it was open in the past, we really enjoyed it. We've done the Grand Floridian Cafe for breakfast. That was really good. And Gasparilla Island Grill is their quick service option. Super convenient, super close to where you need to be. And the food options were pretty good for, your basic quick service. So the rooms were nice. However, we rented directly from Disney and felt like they needed to be maybe updated just a little bit in ways that some of these resorts just need a little bit of love. Wallpaper was peeling. They haven't upgraded the bathrooms to like the multi-use large containers for shampoo, conditioner, body wash. They're still using the single-use ones. So you can just kind of tell that these resort rooms haven't been updated in a while, where they're still working on some of the others. But overall, like, again, it's not like I'm going to sneeze at the Grand Floridian. And it has my new favorite place to watch the fireworks. If you walk directly out the back of their quick service, the Gasparilla Island Grill, out onto this little patio overlooking the marina, it is by far my favorite place to watch enchantment over the Polynesian beach, which used to be my favorite outside of the parks place to watch. This is definitely it. So now we're looking at Contemporary versus Wilderness Lodge. And so just barely the Contemporary is going to eke out over Wilderness Lodge for me. I will say we are staying at Wilderness Lodge here in just about, a month now, depending on when this video comes out. But I actually have a really hard time choosing between these two resorts. And the only reason I think Wilderness Lodge is just slightly under the Contemporary is because it's not on that monorail system. They do have boats, just like the monorail resorts do, but that's really your only like convenient option back and forth to Magic Kingdom. You can still take buses and whatnot, but they don't have the monorail like the other ones do. So that's kind of why it is a little bit under. Their pool is beautiful. Like, I'm obsessed with the Wilderness Lodge pool. I'm obsessed with the food options there. Geyser Point is a huge outdoor like lounge / quick service, lots of seating. It is so underrated. Not enough people are talking about it. I love it so much. They have a bison burger my husband had, loved it. I had their charcuterie, so good. Full bar, lots of drink options if that's your thing. Great to just kind of sit out and chill and rest and look at the scenery there. Top notch. Love that so much. Also, they have, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on their, is it Artist Point that's there with the Snow White characters? Super fun option for dining. And again, super convenient. But basically, like, I just really love the theming. It looks like a giant log cabin. And so it has this like foresty, the lobby is huge. And I will tell you exactly why I love it so much is because the first time we ever stayed there was at Christmas. And if you ask anybody where to stay at Christmas, they're going to say Wilderness Lodge. It is gorgeous. The decorations are on point. The tree is the biggest tree I've ever seen in my entire life. That compared with like the cedar smell, like the woodsy smell in that lobby. Perfect, like perfection. Love it so much. The rooms are also really nice. We've only stayed in the DVC section, so we've done Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge. I've actually never rented directly from Disney from that resort. And the only thing that I don't like love is Boulder Ridge is a walkway. It's not in the main building, which is also a huge selling point for me, by the way. Both the Polynesian and Grand Floridian, your actual resort room is outside of the main building, but in Wilderness Lodge, it can be in the main building. So that's a huge for me. It's kind of like Animal Kingdom Lodge. I love that like everything is kind of self-contained. So that's another huge selling point for Wilderness Lodge for me. Oh, also, oh gosh, why could I not think of the name of that restaurant? Whispering Canyon. Whispering Canyon, y'all. Don't sleep on it. That restaurant is so much fun. I've heard conflicting stories recently about like the hijinks. They used to do really fun stuff like throw tons of straws on the table. If you asked for too many refills, they would give you this huge mason jar full of whatever drink you were drinking. The ketchup stories, just Google them. They're fantastic. I have not been there post-pandemic, so I'm not quite sure what the level of hijinks is currently. If you know, please let me know down at the bottom. But Whispering Canyon Cafe is so much fun. Great restaurant. All right, so that puts the Contemporary at the top. Why is it Contemporary at the top for me? One, monorail goes through it. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. If you're staying in the mainframe, and I will say I've only ever stayed in the main A-frame, not in the garden view rooms. So my review is based solely off being in the main building. So you come out of your room, you're looking over the main concourse, there's your dining options, there's your shop options, there's monorail right there. So when we went for the 50th on October 1st, we knew we had our park reservations for Magic Kingdom, and we chose that resort specifically for that reason, because we would be able to get up and walk straight to Magic Kingdom. I don't know about your family, but in our family, we have more energy in the mornings than we do when we return in the evenings. So walking to Magic Kingdom in the morning without having to wait on a monorail or wait on some other form of transportation is huge for us. We like that we can kind of go at our own pace, and you go through security like on the walkway. You still don't have to worry about, you know, getting stopped at the front or whatever. So that's super convenient. And then in the evening, you can go to the monorail and you are the first stop off. So you don't have to wait through all the other drop-offs like you would when you're at the Grand Floridian. You just step right off back into your resort. And then again, you're not walking outside of that main building or outside of the transportation station to go to your building that then houses your room. You are in the main area. You just have to go up to your floor. They have recently renovated those rooms. They are now Incredibles themed, which I think is adorable. I think I talked about in my review several months back. The only issue I have there is that the bathroom, the shower, is completely glass and open to the rest of the bathroom. So if you have a family of 4 like mine staying in a studio room and you have a daughter and a son, obviously if my tween daughter is in the shower and my son needs to go to the bathroom, like we have some issues there because she doesn't want anybody to see her. It was awkwardly placed. But other than that, I have literally 0 complaints about the Contemporary. And I also feel like that's a controversial opinion. So many people talk about the Contemporary, but don't seem to love it as much as I do. And I don't know why I love it as much as I do, but when I'm there, I feel like it's quintessentially Disney to me. Does that make sense? Do y'all get that? Anyway, so that is how I would rank those resorts. And I always tell people, if you're going to Disney for a special event, like for example, a couple of years ago, we went for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That was like the focus of our trip. We booked a monorail resort because it made it convenient to get back and forth. When we booked for October 1st for the 50th, we booked the Contemporary specifically for the convenience of getting to Magic Kingdom. If you have small kids, those resorts are perfect for going back for afternoon naps. I think that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think about my opinions. Let me know your opinions in the comments. Are any of those resorts on your bucket list? Are there any resorts that you would never visit again of those 4? Let me know. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.